How do prosecutors win with only circumstantial evidence? Imagine a puzzle with many pieces, each one small and seemingly insignificant. When you put all the pieces together, a clear picture emerges. That's how prosecutors often win cases using only circumstantial evidence. They gather a collection of facts that, when combined, point strongly to the defendant's guilt. No single piece might prove guilt on its own, but together, they create a convincing story. Prosecutors start by carefully collecting different types of evidence. This can include physical items like fingerprints or DNA, witness statements about the defendant's behavior, or forensic findings that link the suspect to the crime scene. For example, if someone is accused of theft, evidence might include their fingerprints at the scene, their motive, and suspicious activity around the time of the crime. Each piece alone might not be enough, but combined, they build a strong case. In the courtroom, the prosecutor's role is to connect these pieces logically. They need to show that the facts exclude innocent explanations. For instance, if the defendant was near the scene, had a motive, and left behind forensic evidence, the prosecutor will highlight how these facts fit together. They aim to create a narrative that makes guilt the most reasonable conclusion for the jury. The jury's job is to decide if the evidence proves guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Judges tell jurors that circumstantial evidence can be just as reliable as direct evidence, like eyewitness testimony. Jurors are asked to consider whether all the facts together make it unlikely that the defendant is innocent. If they do, they can find the defendant guilty. Prosecutors also prepare 4 defense strategies that try to create doubt. They counter this by emphasizing the consistency and reliability of their evidence. Expert witnesses might explain forensic findings or behavioral patterns that support the case. The prosecutor's goal is to show that the evidence forms a clear, logical chain pointing to guilt. Winning with circumstantial evidence involves collecting multiple facts that, when viewed as a whole, strongly suggest guilt. The prosecutor must demonstrate that these facts rule out other explanations. They present everything clearly and persuasively, so the jury understands that circumstantial evidence can be just as powerful as direct proof. They also address any attempts by the defense to cast doubt on the inferences made from the evidence. Ultimately, the prosecutor guides the jury through the evidence, helping them see how the pieces fit together. They want the jury to reasonably infer guilt without needing a direct confession or eyewitness account. Their role is to organize and present the evidence in a way that meets the high standard of proof required in criminal trials. This careful process often leads to a conviction, even when only circumstantial evidence is available.